Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl Starflames, and we're back with another video. So, in this video, we're gonna talk about Luigi Mangione. He has been indicted on terrorism charges for the UnitedHealthcare CEO passing. Let's talk about it. Even though when you look at the pictures, you're still not seeing the similarities between the identities that they're showing to us. I don't know if it is me or what, but I want to hear from you guys. Do you see any similarities in the identities that they're showing to us? Because I'm genuinely not seeing any of such similarities. And as Sloan Bella told us that he has been MK Ultra. Let's get into this report that is coming out from TMZ. TMZ saying Luigi Mangione charged with first-degree deletion in New York City. I don't know, that chin, even the side view, the chin is not the same person. No, they're saying Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced Tuesday Luigi Mangione has been charged with first-degree murder in the fatal shooting of the UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. It's unusual to be charged with first-degree murder in the state of New York. The charge is usually reserved for cases involving killing of law enforcement officers, serial killers, and for acts of terrorism. Mangione had been facing a preliminary charge of second-degree murder after he was arrested last week. You know why they're doing this? They want to send a strong message to anyone else who's thinking about this, because all the CEOs of the world, they are scrambling and they are uniting their efforts to say if there's any threats that has been imposed against any CEO, automatically that individual is taken into custody, and the charges are up to 13 years just for threatening a CEO who sits up high and look down low, and they impose these rules and restrictions and these, stipulations against your earnings, and then they act as though you should not feel any way because you should be a cold statistics. Whatever they say, whatever they do, you should just go with it. Just imagine. No, make no mistakes. I'm not saying that it gives anyone the right to take someone's life, but these CEOs have for far too long been abusive and immoral. And as such, this is why many people have been rallying their support behind Luigi Mangione, especially when it comes to health insurance, wearing the health insurance policies. They take your money, and oftentimes they tell you that your claim has been denied. And whenever they see something new is coming, for example, if there's an outbreak of something, clauses and terms and conditions are automatically changed to go against you. And as such, there are millions of people worldwide who can relate to this. Many people who have been suffering at the hands of the healthcare system. And as such, because people have suffered immensely, and it's why they are cheering on Luigi Mangione. And this is not the first time something like this is happening in history. It has happened quite a few times. Whenever the gap is so large, whenever the margin between rich and poor is so large, these are the things that happens, and they know it. History will repeat itself, especially when the people are squeezed and are being squashed too hard. They're gonna push back and they're gonna fight back. Ask Marie Antoinette. No one knows it better than her. But let's continue with this report. They're saying first-degree murderer sentences typically involve life without parole due to the element of the premeditated intent. In contrast, second-degree murderer might result in a 15 to life sentence where parole might be an eventual possibility. According to the indictment obtained by TMZ, Mangione allegedly killed Thompson in furtherance of an act of terrorism intended to intimidate, coerce a civilian population, influence the policies of a unit government by intimidation or coercion and effect the conduct of a unit government by murder, assassination, or kidnapping. Oh, please. Now they're saying the indictment notes a grand jury accused the defendant Mangione of the crime. The terrorism angle would seem to match up with the purported manifesto Mangione allegedly had in his possession. I feel they planted that on him. Now, they're saying that he had this in his possession when he was arrested at the Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's last week. Following a week-long manhunt, the document, a 262-word letter addressed to the feds, comments to a number of topics, including Mangione's issues with healthcare business, especially UnitedHealthcare. Well, at least Blue Cross got a message. Did I tell you? Yes, I told you guys in one of my videos that Blue Cross had this policy that they were about to implement, wherein, let's say, for example, you're going to remove a wisdom tooth. And let's say it normally takes, let's say 30 minutes. They're going to only cover your anesthetic for the 30 minutes. But let's say, you know how some wisdom tooth, they go down and they curve. If you have one of those that takes an hour and 30 minutes or an hour to get out, after 45 minutes, Blue Cross would have stopped covering your anesthetic. So if they had to give you anesthetic for an hour, you would cover the additional 15 minutes out of pocket. If they had to go an hour and 30 minutes, you would cover the additional 45 minutes out of pocket. But after Luigi Mangione did what he did, Blue Cross made a public statement. It said, you know what, on second thought, nah, we're not going to do that. You're entitled to anesthetic for as long as the surgery lasts. We're going to cover everything, okay? Not worry about it. So sometimes it's not as though people want to be really mean, but it's just that people know, the lower class citizens know that if they don't send a really strong, violent message to the higher ups, they really don't get it. So while what Luigi Mangione did was not something that we would have liked to support, many people feels vindicated by his actions because so many people have been hurt so deeply. So many people have since then came forward with their stories. And when I tell you that, I came across one TikTok video of a young lady sharing her story of a father who has thyroid disease and he developed thyroid cancer. Then she went into the challenges and how the healthcare system played with him until the point where he died. And many of these people, what they shared with us is that the health insurance company will tell them, oh, this is no longer covered. We cannot cover your gloves, your gauze, your dressings, your band-aids. But after their loved one has passed, a box is delivered to their door with the with all the tools and equipment that they were told for years was not covered under their insurance plan. So when Luigi Mangione did what he did, a lot of people felt as though some amount of justice was served to soothe that pain that they had to witness their loved ones going through and the hurt that it had on them, the psychological effect it had left on them. So it's not as though people want to see these things, but they feel as though there comes a time when a strong message has to be sent. And as such, that is why they're rallying their efforts around Luigi Mangione. There were several GoFundMe accounts created to help him raise funds for the best attorney. GoFundMe shut down those accounts, and now I don't know what next they're doing to try and help him. But let's continue with this report. Now they're saying it reads in part, they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. These parasites simply had it coming, and shell casings found at the murder scene were engraved with the words, deny, dispose, defend, an apparent reference to a book about the industry's practices. Many people have interpreted these details as making a political statement. No, they're saying the second count in the indictment is a charge of murder in the second degree as a crime of terrorism. The third count is murder in the second degree. The fourth and fifth counts are criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. The sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth counts are all criminal possession of a weapon in the third degree. The 10th count is criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree, and the 11th count is criminal possession of a forged instrument in the second degree. Mangione is currently in jail in Pennsylvania, where he's been fighting extradition to New York. He's charged in Pennsylvania with forgery and gun infractions, and gun found in his possession when he was arrested is allegedly a ghost gun believed to have been 3D printed. Okay, so that's it for his charges. Now, there has been a report out for the past couple of days where they're saying there's connection between Diddy and Mangione. But when I check out the connection, it's just Mark Agdafilo's wife, if I was reading correctly, who will be representing Luigi Mangione. He also has another attorney, a gentleman, I forgot his name, but he's very spicy, very sharp, very direct, and he brings back the theater to the courtroom. If you remember Johnny Cochran, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. This is who that attorney is. And as such, I can't wait. I hope the trial is broadcasted live. I cannot wait for that courtroom, because that man, he's going to put on a show, and he's going to look good in, if it's a Netflix movie, if it's a Lifetime movie, he is going to be the most impressive in that scene. So I'm just saying, because it happened, and I'm looking forward to the show. I love the theatrics, as I've always told you guys. But guys, on a more serious note, the CEOs of the world, they're scrambling their efforts. They're scared. But I mean, why not make changes to not make people upset and not be so scared? Do the right thing and do it a lot. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know your thoughts. Thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in my comment section. Let's go off in the comment section. Peace.